About 1 year ago from today, I started collecting physical music. I mean, it says in my bio that I make tech videos, and physical music is technically tech, right? And yeah, I know the title says a vinyl collection, but I will be going over my entire record collection because I'm pretty sure the only form of physical music that people now know these days is vinyl and not CDs or cassettes. So hopefully that doesn't bother you. If it does bother you, there is the dislike and unsubscribe button. But anyways, yeah, let's get started. Let's start with the very first record that I ever purchased, which was Travis Scott's Utopia. As you can see, this record is still sealed. I managed to get this record for $5 when Travis Scott was doing the $5 record deal. So you were able to purchase any Utopia vinyl for $5, and this was the one I got. And yeah, I don't have any plans of opening it anytime soon. What I can say though is that this is not a gatefold. This is just a regular 2 LP vinyl. Maybe in the future I'll buy another one that I can actually play, but for now, this is gonna stay sealed forever. This version of Utopia actually doesn't have Meltdown on it. If you look closely here, I don't know if you can see it, but it actually says A instead of Meltdown with Drake, because this is the original press and this was before Travis Scott was able to get Drake's feature and put it on the record. And all of these were already pressed, so they just put A with Uzi Vert, but I still like A. That's a good song. My favorite tracks off this record are Modern Jam, Lost Forever, and Till Further Notice. The next record we got is Enter the Wu-Tang. I'm pretty sure a lot of you already know what this record is. This is the debut 1993 album of Wu-Tang Clan. Here's the sleeve. It has like a red spot in the middle and has all the track titles and everything. But yeah, this is overall a very, very, very good record. Everyone should at least listen to this once in their life. My favorite tracks off this album are Seventh Chamber and of course Cream. The next record we got is To Pimp a Butterfly by Kendrick Lamar. A lot of people say that this is the best record of all time. This record is actually gatefold. At first I thought these were all like lyrics and stuff, but no, it just looks like writer credits. I think this says To Pimp a Butterfly in Braille. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that's what it says. So that's pretty cool. These letters here where it says like King Kunta, Wesley's Theory, You, Alright. I think they're all holographic. Here's what the back of the record looks like. I'll grab one of the sleeves out. There we go. That's what it looks like. This is what side C looks like. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, it took me a while to get into this record because this record is essentially one giant deep cut. None of the tracks on here really have any pop appeal besides maybe Alright, and I guess Wesley's Theory too. Yeah, all these tracks are basically deep cuts, so it took me a while to get into it, but I do really like this album. My favorite tracks on this album are Wesley's Theory, Institutionalized, You, Hood Politics, How Much a Dollar Costs, and I. And believe it or not, but the next record is actually another Kendrick Lamar album. This is my personal favorite Kendrick album, Good Kid, Mad City. This is the deluxe version. I do believe this is also an original press. This is also another gatefold vinyl. Once again, I thought this was all lyrics, but it looks like they're all just writer credits. Some more photos of Kendrick, and of course the Vans on the front cover. Once again, my personal favorite album from Kendrick Lamar. I do like this one more than T-Pab. The best track on here I'd say is, well, obviously Sing About Me, I'm Dying of Thirst is the best track, no doubt, but eliminating that, a lot of people are probably gonna give me crap for this, but I really do like Money Trees. Moving on, we got another Travis Scott record. This is his 2015 record, Rodeo. He recently changed the rodeo icon on streaming services to this album cover, and I like this one a lot more than the one where he's standing on top of the RC car. Here's what one of the sleeves look like, and this is what the back looks like. Of course, this isn't the deluxe version. I do believe though that this is an original press. My favorite tracks on here, well, actually it's almost all of them. Oh My Decide, 3500, Wasted, 90210. I used to really like Nightcrawler, but now it's overplayed as hell on TikTok. Obviously Antidote, Impossible, Maria, I'm Drunk, and I Can Tell. The next record we got is Doggy Style by Snoop Dogg. Obviously, this is Snoop Dogg's best record by far. Unfortunately, this is a bootleg. It's really hard to find an official version of one of these, but because of that, it actually comes in a red vinyl. I don't know if you can see it, but there's like a little bit of brown like splatter all over it. My favorite tracks on this record are G-Funk Intro, Gin and Juice, Lodi Dodi, and Ain't No Fun. The next next record we got is Return to the 36 Chambers by Old Dirty Bastard. Probably one of the best solo Wu-Tang Clan records. How ironic that it says do not bend this card and I accidentally bent the jacket for the vinyl. This record does have a lot of very funny moments, specifically on the intro and on the end of Don't You Know. But funny moments aside, very, very entertaining listen all the way through. There's only one really bad song on here, and that's Drunk Game. But yeah, the rest are very, very good. My favorite tracks on this record, obviously Shimmy Shimmy Ya, Baby Come On, Brooklyn Zoo, Rawhide, Don't You Know is great, Damage, and Protect Your Neck Part 2. Next up, we got The Chronic by Dr. Dre. This is the digital remaster. I used to have a bootleg version of this. I got actually the Snoop Dogg vinyl and the bootleg version of this vinyl at the same place. But I found out another record store near me was selling a digital remaster, and after I heard the digital remaster on CD, I knew I had to get this. It sounds so much better. The only downside to this is that it's now split into 2 LPs instead of 1. But because I did get the digital remaster, I also got a bonus track on the end. I had this record on repeat for like the entirety of, I think, the first semester of freshman year. But yeah, this record's incredible. My favorite tracks on here are Lyrical Gangbang, D's Nuts, and Let Me Ride. The next record is another record that I had on repeat for a very long time. This is Only Built for Cuban Links by Raekwon and Ghostface Killah. The cover on here is very reflective. This is not a gatefold, this is just another 2 LP record. It's got the same red tint that 36 Chambers had. Of course, produced by RZA, one of the best producers ever. The best tracks on here, oh my god, Knuckleheads is so good. Incarcerated Scarfaces, Rainy Days, Guillotine, Ice Water, Verbal Intercourse, obviously with that Nas feature, Ice Cream, and Heaven and Hell. If there's any record out of any of these that you end up listening to, please let it be this one. This is like hands down the best solo Wu-Tang Clan album out of all of them released. Next, we're gonna take a step away from hip-hop and take a look at some other genres. We got OK Computer by Radiohead. Before To Pimp a Butterfly came out, people used to say that this was the best album of all time, but now that T-Pap came out, people say that one's better. This time, the lyrics are actually on the gatefold, unlike with Kendrick. Here's what one of the sleeves look like. On the back, we have the whole track list. My favorite tracks on here, I'd say, probably Airbag, Paranoid Android, Subterrane Homesick Alien, Let Down, Karma Police, Electioneering, Climbing Up the Walls, and No Surprises. Next up, we got Kids See Ghosts by Kanye West and Kid Cudi. I mean, there's not really much I can say about this record that hasn't already been said. Of course, it's incredible. All 7 tracks on here are amazing. The only one that I'm really feeling iffy toward is probably Fourth Dimension, but even that's still a good song. There's only 1 LP. This is what it looks like. If I can get it out, there's also this on the inside. It's just the lyrics credits, I guess. Favorite track on here, honestly, all of them probably except Fourth Dimension, but yeah, again, Fourth Dimension isn't a terrible song. It's just in comparison to the rest of these, I like this one the least. Next up, we got another Kanye West record, his debut in fact, The College Dropout. In my opinion, this is his best work of art. That is a claim I will stand by for the rest of my life. I like this record more than My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. This is also an original press, so it comes straight from 2004. Here's the back of it. When I got it, there were some creases here on the bottom, which it really bothered me, because this was an original press, but over time I got used to it. My favorite tracks on here, honestly, it's actually pretty much all of them. Yeah, it's basically all of them. Next is the first record I ever bought in 2024. This is Stankonia by Outkast. This was the record though that made me realize that I need to stop buying new records. When I bought this, it came creased right there. There's a little bit of creasing up there, some creasing over here. So yeah, this is the record that made me realize I need to stop buying sealed vinyl. Here's the sleeve, just standard black vinyl. And just like the Raekwon album, both of these are extremely reflective. But yeah, phenomenal album. Next up, we have The Forever Story by JID. What an incredible record, man. From front to back, every single track hits. Even the deep cuts hit. That's how good this album is. Here's what one of the sleeves looks like. This one doesn't have 2007 on it, the bonus track, but that's fine. Even without it, this album is still great. Favorite tracks, I'd say Radar, Dance Now, Surround Sound, obviously Cody Blue 31, Brudenem and Systenem, Can't Make You Change. Stars, I feel is underrated as hell. Better Days. But yeah, every track though is still really, really good. Those are just my favorites though. Next is Man on the Moon, The End of Day. This is an original press. I'm pretty sure at least. Unlike a lot of the records recently, this one is actually a gatefold. This one also actually has lyrics too, unlike the Kendrick Lamar gatefolds. Here's a super cool picture. I guess it's like a compilation of Kid Cudi's, except this guy here kind of looks like Kurt Cobain. Also, the back is super cool, of course, but for some reason he put the track list so tiny on here. My favorite tracks on here, I'd say, are Soundtrack to My Life, obviously, Solo Dolo, My World, Day and Night, Sky Might Fall, Intergalactic is a really good track. All of these tracks here are really good. You probably can't see it. And then Up, Up, and Away. Here's another rock album I have. This is Back in Black by AC/DC, one of my favorite AC/DC albums. Unfortunately, this isn't an original press, but it is a repress from the same year. Here's what the sleeve looks like. My favorite tracks on here, Hell's Bells, Giving the Dog a Bone, and Shoot to Thrill. The second to last vinyl I have is Kid Cudi's Man on the Moon, The Legend of Mr. Rager. Also a very good album, a very good addition to the Man on the Moon series. Also a gatefold too, and with all the lyrics as well, and then all the tracks on the end. Here's what the disc and the sleeve looks like. Favorite tracks off this record: Scott Mescudi versus the World, Rev of Ev, Don't Play This Song, Erase Me, of course, Mr. Rager, obviously, These Worries, The End, and Ghost. Finally, the last record we have is Drake's Take Care. As you can see, this thing is still sealed. I just got it recently, but I have not had the chance to open it. I also noticed one thing. They cut the take from the song Take Care, so now it just says Care. But you know what, actually? Let's open this on camera. My trusty scissors. There we go. Let's see what this inside looks like. I really want to see. Okay, so this also doesn't have like the actual lyrics. It just looks like writer credits. Okay, so they didn't mess up the Take Care here. So why did they mess it up over here? But yeah, this is definitely Drake's best album. These two tracks are only available on Apple Music, I think. Wait a minute. Okay, so you probably can't see it, but the last track on here is The Ride. But they put the bonus tracks from the Apple Music version on here, but they aren't on the vinyl. That literally doesn't make any sense. Why would they do that? But yeah, after I'm done recording this video, I'm gonna try to make an effort to listen to this record. So hopefully I'm able to do that. Now that we're done with the vinyl, we're gonna move on to the CDs now. I do believe almost all the CDs are original presses. If they're not original presses, I'll be sure to mention it. So here's the first CD that I ever purchased. This is 808s and Heartbreak by Kanye West. This isn't the deluxe version, this is just the normal version. Inside looks like one of my personal favorite Kanye albums. College Dropout is still better, but this is also really good. Favorite tracks on this record, all of them except the Pinocchio freestyle, which isn't listed here, so basically all of these here are my favorite tracks. The next CD is Chicken and Beer by Ludacris. Also a really good album. I think this is one of like the most creative like CD covers. This is the day it was released. I don't know what that 269 is. And yeah, it looks just like you're reading the nutrition facts off of like food products or something. Favorite tracks on here, Southern Fried Intro is incredible. Stand Up is great. Splash Waterfalls, Hard Times, and Diamonds in the Back. The next record is To Cal by Method Man. I believe this is the first solo Wu-Tang Clan project ever. I still think Cuban Links is the best, but this is still pretty cool. Here's what the inside looks like. Favorite tracks though, I would say are the title track, Biscuits, and Release Yo Delph. Next CD we got is It Was Written by Nas. These stickers came with the CD when I bought it. People say that this is like on par with Illmatic, and I happen to agree. This is another really good album, even though the album cover is kind of trash. My favorite track off this record is definitely Affirmative Action. The next CD we got is I Am by Nas. I feel like the CD is pretty underrated. A lot of people overhate on this one. There's really only one like bad skit on this album, and it's Kissing. The rest though I think is really good. NY State of Mind Part 2. Unfortunately the Diddy track does go hard, and yeah, the rest of the tracks are also pretty good, just that this one is just not that good. Here's what the inside looks like. Now if there is a bad Nas album, it's this one right here. Yeah, stay away from this one. Next is The Chronic by Dr. Dre, again, digital remaster. When I bought this record and I played it in the car for the first time, I knew I had to get this on vinyl, like the digital remaster on vinyl. So that's what I did. Unfortunately though, the case is broken, but it's okay. The CD still plays fine. Next up is actually a single, not an album. This is an original press of Kanye West's Jesus Walks. But yeah, straight from 2004. A great track. Not my favorite track off the College Dropout, but still a really good track. Next is 36 Chambers, again, but this time it's in a little bit crappier of condition. This one also has the same problem as The Chronic. The case just does not hold together, but the CD still plays fine. As I said before though, 7th Chamber and Cream are the best tracks. Next is Ready to Die by Biggie. Great album, obviously. This is like one of the records people think when they think of classic hip hop. Unfortunately, I think Diddy did produce this album, but it's okay. This album is still really good, so it's whatever. Best tracks off this record, Things Done Changed, Gimme the Loot, Machine Gun Funk, Warning, Big Papa, obviously, and Suicidal Thoughts. Stepping away from hip-hop, we have Dark Side of the Moon. Opening on the inside, it's just the holographic disc. Best tracks off this record though, Time, On the Run, and Breathe in the Air. Moving on from that, we actually have another Pink Floyd album. This one is The Wall. Here's what the inside looks like, and I think the other disc is here. Yeah, there it is. Obviously, this album is great, but honestly, these two Pink Floyd albums aren't my favorite. I like Wish You Were Here more and Animals, but these are still really good records. But my favorite tracks on here are Another Brick in the Wall, Part 1, 2, and 3. Moving back to rap records, we have Utopia by Travis Scott. Once again, this is also an original press because it has A on there instead of Meltdown. I got this with the shirt bundle. Low-key, I think this is one of the worst album covers out of like the 5 that he put out. Once again, best tracks on here, Lost Forever, Till Further Notice, and Modern Jam. Next, we have Doggy Style by Snoop Dogg. So I have this both on CD and vinyl. Unlike the vinyl though, this one actually is an original press, so that is super cool. Here's the inside, it's just Snoop Dogg 2 times. Here is the last non-hip-hop CD that I have. This is Radiohead's Kid A. Again, people also hold this in very high regards. Here's what the disc looks like. And here's the back. Best tracks on this record. Everything in its right place, obviously. The national anthem. Optimistic is probably my favorite on the whole album. And Idiotech. Over here, we got Late Registration by Kanye West. A lot of people say that this is Ye's worst album in like the School series. I disagree. I mean, I get why people say it because this album has a lot of deep cuts. There aren't as many fun songs, if you want to put it like that. But once you like spend some time with this record, trust me, you'll really like it. Funny story is I've missed my chance to get this record on vinyl so many times already. The best tracks on here though is pretty much all of them. The only track I really don't like that much is Addiction, but it's been slowly growing on me. Here is another double disc record that I have. This is Speakerbox and The Love Below by Outkast. Here's Speakerbox, and then there's The Love Below. The best track from the Speakerbox side is probably Ghetto Music is probably the best one. And then on the Love Below side, Happy Valentine's Day is my favorite. Next up is B by Common, another incredible record by someone who is just a little too underground even though this entire record's produced by Kanye West, so I'm surprised more people don't know about him. Really good track listing. The best tracks on here, of course, B, The Corner, Go, Testify is so good, Shy City, Food, The Food, and It's Your World. Super good record. Please give this one a listen. Here is the one and only record that is not an original press, besides the Pink Floyd records. At Long Last ASAP. I recently listened to this album and I knew I had to buy it on CD. Here's what the inside looks like. Best tracks on here: Holy Ghost, obviously LSD, Jukebox Joints, Max B, Farside, and Everyday. Next up is another Man on the Moon, The End of Day, except this time it's on CD instead of vinyl. This one's also original press, just like the vinyl. Just what the inside looks like with that FBI anti-piracy warning. And you can actually read the tracks on the back. Alright, 3 more records left, and the third to last one is going to be Liquid Swords by GZA. This record is a very close second place to Only Built for Cuban Links for the best solo Wu-Tang Clan record. It's super close. I still like Cuban Links more, but this is also a really good record. Here's what the inside looks like. The best tracks on this album are the title track, Bible, Gold, Fourth Chamber, and obviously Shadowboxing. Second to last, here we have AT Aliens by Outkast. Again, incredible record. Got like the Outkast AT Aliens thing on the side here and on the edge. I actually can't open up the case and show you the inside because not only will this video get banned, but I may also inflict permanent eye damage on all of you guys, and I would feel so guilty if I was the reason why your eyes went bad. So if you want to see what's on the inside, Google it, because I can't show you guys. Like I said before, incredible record. All of these tracks are absolutely essential. Listen to all of them, even the intro. And guess what the last record is? Another Outkast album. Like I said before, I cannot open up the case, so just Google what the inside looks like. This is Southern Playalistic Cadillac Music, their debut album. The best tracks on here is My Intro to Let You Know, Ain't No Thing, the title track, and Get Up, Get Out. So that was all the CDs. I have one more thing I can show you guys, and that is the one and only cassette that I have. So here it is. This is Wish You Were Here by Pink Floyd. This is my personal favorite Pink Floyd record, and it's super cool that I can have this on cassette. I have no idea if this is an original press or not, but if it is, then that's pretty cool. Here's what it looks like. Alright everyone, so that is my entire record collection. Here are all the vinyl. So if you did enjoy this video and you want to see more content like this, make sure to let me know. But yeah, that's it for the video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video.